Flocului Andrei Clenci, după 7 ASMR, mergem pe stradă.
Happy 4th of July, everyone. Happy Independence Day, America. I'm really proud that you don't speak German. Here are 7 culture shocks that I run into in this past month. Holy crap, it's been a month since I've been here. Yeah, here are 7 culture shocks that I ran into in 1 month of living in America. A month ago, on June 4th, I arrived in the US. After 25 hours of no sleeping, I went to sleep at around midnight and I woke up at 5:40. Damn you, jet lag. Now, I don't really want to criticize the country of the US because I really love it here so far. In the past month, I've only encountered very nice people. These are just culture shocks that I ran into, and I just found them a little weird because I've been used to having different things in Europe. I will be going into these culture shocks pretty much in the order that I ran into them. So the first one would be the intersections on the streets. I spent the first 2 days in America in Chicago, Illinois. The intersections were pretty busy and, like I said, weird, because unlike in Europe, the stoplights are actually after the intersection, which I really found weird because I was just looking for the stoplight and it wasn't near the car. It was on the other side of the road, which I don't really know the actual purpose for this, but I'm guessing there is a reason behind it. Also, people can just turn right at a red light, and I found that super weird. I saw some cars right next to us, on the right side, and they were just turning right, although there was red, and we were waiting for the light to turn green. And apparently that's a thing here. If there's no sign that states that you are not allowed to turn right, you can't just turn right. In Europe, it's the exact opposite. If there's no sign, it's only a red stoplight, you are not allowed to turn right. Whatever the case. Even if it's an empty intersection, you are not allowed to turn right. Unless there is a special green light just for people who turn right. Second thing is, a thing that I actually knew about before coming here is that everywhere you go, you have prices without taxes. Which like I said, I already know about that before I came here, and I still found very confusing. Sometimes I still go to a store and I see that something is $5, and then I take 2 of them, I expect to pay $10 at the counter, but I have to pay like $11.20 or something. Why do you do that? Imagine you're a kid and you got your very first dollar in your life, and you go to a dollar store and you see, oh, I want to buy this for $1. But then you go to the checkout counter and they say, no, it's $1.30. Third thing, everyone has got a huge ass car. Over here, you will see pretty much everybody driving an SUV. And again, in Europe, you will not see pretty much anyone driving an SUV, especially because they're more expensive to buy in the first place, and then they're more expensive to have, especially with the gas prices nowadays. But over here, although everyone complains about gas prices, pretty much everyone seems to have a huge ass car, even though they consume much more gas. So, try to buy a smaller car. I don't think everyone needs an SUV. I think it can go very well with a smaller car that doesn't consume that much gas, that's more ecological. I think your wallet would take you. Number 4 are the very confusing age restrictions that you have here. I've been living in Germany for the past 10 years. In Europe, you are allowed to buy alcohol and cigarettes, for example, at the age of 18. In Germany, you can even buy beer or champagne at the age of 16. You cannot do this here. You must wait until you're 21. Even I think 2 weeks ago, I went and bought a few beers and I was asked for my ID, and I'm 24. Of course, now I look a little younger because I shaved, but still. I've also been told that you need to be 21 to buy alcohol, and you only need to be 18 to buy a gun. Now the 5th thing is the structure of buildings, of multiple floor buildings. Over in Europe, wherever there is a main entrance, you're at the ground floor or at floor 0. Over here, whenever you enter a building, you're on first floor. In Europe, you would have to go up a flight of stairs to be on the first floor. Here, It's at ground level. And the weirdest thing is, my workplace is in a hotel, right next to a lake, and the main entrance to the hotel is on the second floor because you can actually go downstairs and then go to the lake, and that would actually be the first floor. This doesn't make much sense. If you had been in Europe, the main entrance would have been at floor 0, and then my workplace, or to go downstairs you go to the floor -1, and then up again 1 to 3. Sixth thing, and this is a biggie, are American football ticket prices. I'm a very big fan of the actual football, right? The European football or soccer, since I'm here. And in Germany we pay from 10 to maybe 50 euros. So the tickets for FC Bayern, for example, who are the most successful club in Germany, start at 15 euros and they peak at 70. Now over here, I thought I would go and give American football a chance, and the closest team I could go to would be the Green Bay Packers, which are, as I understood, one of the most successful clubs in the US. Their tickets for a regular season match start at about $230, which is nuts. Of course, they have a few preseason games before that. The tickets there start at $10, which is acceptable, which is very good. It's a normal ticket price. It should not be normal that a normal ticket for a normal match would start at $230. Now in Europe, especially in Germany, football should be sport for everyone. So every fan should be allowed or should be able to afford a ticket to a match. And over here it seems that only the elite can go to matches, or people who have saved money for a few months. A coworker told me a story that he's been to a Green Bay match a few years ago with his son and his then wife, and they paid $1,000 for 3 tickets. Then you have to drive over there, you have to find parking, you have to pay for the parking too, then you buy a snack at the stadium because an American football match takes 3 hours at least. You can buy something to drink, so you'll get a total for like $1,500 already, which is nuts. It should not be that way. Whatever sport you support, everyone should be able to afford going to that match. I can imagine that these American football players earn lots and lots of money. So do European football players, or the best ones at least. They would be nothing without the fans. So fans should really be allowed to go to a match whenever they want, not just every few months where they can afford it. Now, last but not least, this is the elephant in the room even. Everybody knows about it. It's the measurement system. So the imperial system here in the US, or the metric system pretty much all around the world. It is still hard to get used to. Fortunately, I do not have to work that much with it, but it's still pretty weird to talk to people about it. Now, I'm just gonna quote a very funny video about this. I'm just gonna link it below too. I might be a little biased, but the metric system is just so much better because you can convert it so much more easily. Listen to this. Because in the metric system, we always work with tenths, right? Let me give you an example. So, you might know that there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter, there's 100 centimeters in a meter, and there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. In school, we've been taught this graph, so this ladder. These are all units of measurement in the metric system. You start at millimeters and you go up to kilometers. Now, each step that you go up this ladder, you divide whatever number you have by 10, and you just move the decimal point to the left. If you go down that scale, so if you want to convert, say, meters into millimeters, you multiply each step by 10. So you move the decimal point however many spaces to the right. If you have a very weird number, for example 15,213 meters, and you want to know how many millimeters those are, you just multiply that by 1,000, you move the decimal point 3 spaces to the right, and you get your answer. Now here's the way it is in the imperial system. If we're talking about length, there's 12 inches in a foot, there's 3 feet in a yard, there's 22 yards in a chain, there's 10 chains in a furlong, There's 8 furlongs in a mile, and there's 3 miles in a league. I really don't know why you need so many units of measurement. Converting from one unit to another is a headache itself. And you cannot even convert from a unit to another in your own system. It is much more stressful to convert from the imperial system to the metric system. I've seen this one article a few months ago about a hole in a highway in the US which was 5 washing machines big. I don't know about you, but I cannot imagine that. And why would you use washing machines? Would you just rather use anything else apart from the metric system? Let's talk about area. Now, in the metric system, it can be applied like in the normal length system. So if you go from centimeters to meters, you can go from square centimeters to square meters. You just move the decimal point 2 spots for every step you make. Now, in the imperial system, maybe you've heard of an acre. So pretty much every surface here is measured in acres. And do you know how many square feet are in an acre? It's 43,560. Now maybe this acre goes very nicely into square miles. Do you know how many acres are in a square mile? 640. Very weird numbers. I'm still quoting this video. It's like someone came to America from Britain because they invented the imperial system, and they draw a square onto a map and they just said, well, that's an acre. And then they just had to work with. Please tell me your opinions about the metric and the imperial system in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, slap a like on it and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the link is down below. And I will see you in the next one. Happy 4th of July.